Place the front, bring the back with the face and place it together. Hold it down with a pin, then sew. Make sure that everything aligns together. Then you start from the up. You can start from the V neckline anywhere. You come down by, for the attachment, for the rope where you attach the rope, you come down by one. It's not up to 1 inches, and it's not after 1.5, after the half inch. I don't even know what to call it. So you just place the rope this way. It's not up to 1 inch. You can go down by 1 inch, you can go down by half inch. It depends on how wide you want it, sorry, how wide or how low you want the belt to be. So you just attach it this way, then sew it down. That is it for the rope. For the back rope, this rope will help, the belt will help and hold it down. Even if you want to pull it like an off shoulder, you can do it. If you want it to be shoulder, it depends on the way you tie the belt. That is how it will hold. So it's the belt that will make you to get the off shoulder look, the shoulder look. So that's why I normally attach the belt to it. So you just sew it, turn it, notch it and tops it. So you just see do the same thing. The other rope, make sure the, look at the way I'm placing it. So that's the way you should place it. After doing that, you just stop stitch, and that is it for the back. You do the same thing, just that the front will not have any rope. It's the back that will hold it, as if you're adding a button to your dress, or you're adding a zipper. Remember that is the zipper or the button that will hold the. After top stitching it, you hold the neckline, make sure they are equal, then notch the down part. That is the down part, the middle of the down. That is to know where you will start taking your, you will start joining, it to your elastic. So you can just hold it down, because if, especially when your lining is long, is equal with the top, you can just hold the two pieces together, so that when you are sewing it, you can sew it together. You don't sew it separately. So that is it. It's time for the smoky part. After turning the neckline, joining the down part, then turning the facing and the front, it's time for the smoky part. So this, you, the smoky thread, you don't put it on top. It's your real thread that will be on your machine. It's your real thread that you will reel out. So the one that will enter, the one that will be under, is the smoky thread, not your normal thread. Is your smoky thread that you will reel on your reel, on your bobbin or reeler, something like that. So I prefer doing it with my hand, because that it stretches very well when you reel it with your hand than the machine part. And besides, they have fake one doesn't stretch. If you are making clothes, if you are using it, it will be cotton. So that is it. So you just, if you are doing with your this, I have a reeler for my smoky. I don't use my regular reeler. I have up to three, so I have one that I use for this thing. So in case you just have only one, you just come to that part, you losing it a bit, then in your machine you use your loose stitch. If you are using an industrial machine, you just put it in 5 or 4. I normally use 4. So I normally just place it like this. Then for this thing, when you are set, you sew with your front, like your fabric, sew with your right, how will I put it, don't use the back of your fabric, use the front. Sew it on the front, not the wrong side. Use the right side. It's the right side that you place just this way. The right side will face up, the wrong side will face down. The wrong side of your fabric will face down, while the right side, so you just sew this way. Just be making it to be straightening it. Then you can pull if you like, but I don't like pulling it, so that it will have, so that it will stretch. It will stretch. If you pull it too much, it will not be that stretchy again, especially when they are not using the the original thread. So it just this way, just give it half-inch space. I gave half-inch space. You can do up to 1 inch, but I don't think 1 inch will be good for this style. So just give it half-inch. You can measure yours, but I know mine is up to half, or not up to. When you do it, maybe when you don't give up to 1 inch space, it will come out looking so tight. But if you want it to be a bit free, you can give it. If you want it to be very free, you can give up to 1 inch space. That way it will be very, very free and stretchable. No, for this style, just use up to 1 inch space. You don't have just use up to half-inch space. You don't have to use up 1 inch. So you just do it until you get to 4 inches. You measure it to know if it's up to 4 inches. You don't sew back and front. Just when you get to the edge, you turn it again. Don't cut the thread. Just turn it, flip it, not the back, not the wrong side. Just you lift your machine and flip it. So it's ready. I use white and black because I have plenty white, but they are not just okay, they don't stretch. So after making it, you find out that the thing doesn't stretch, so I had to use the remaining red I have. So after everything, after smoking it, you join these two together. You join it this way together. You notch the middle. You get the middle, because the middle have to be, both middles have to be facing each other. After everything, just get them. Time to join the both crouch together. That is the front crouch and the back crouch together. Then you join it with half-inch both sides. Then you join the sides together using half-inch. Here you don't need your waist measurement, you don't need your hip measurement. Just join it straight down, so that it will be free. The down part will be free. But if you feel that you want it tight, which will not come out good, then you can make it tight. To fix the pockets, the side seam pocket, you come down from your waist. That is before joining the upper part. From your waist, you come down by 1 inch. From the waist of your trouser, you come down by 1 inch. Then take the pocket, face it, the longer part, face it to the part that is pointing to the waist. Then sew it down. That is before joining both sides. You can fix your pocket before joining both sides. But if you want to join both sides, then fix it. It will still come out the same way. Take one part of this thing, then do attach it to the trouser. Then take the other part, and join. You join one pocket to there are two trousers, there are two parts of the trouser and two parts of the pocket. You join one to one part, then join the other one to another part. After everything, you bring it together, close from down 1 inch, take half-inch, close down 1 inch, then raise your machine up, then sew around the pocket the way I'm doing it. Sew around the pocket, then till you get to the other side that the pocket stops, you stitch it. And that is it for the pocket. After joining the shoulder, you bring both sides together. Then from the starting, you go in by 5 inches. You take 5 inches. Like, for you to close it, you don't close it up. You just close up to 5 inches, not everything. From the side, you go in by 5 inches. Like from the slip down the sleeve part, you go in by 5 inches. That is the part you close. Take 5 inches from both sides. Then you fold the sleeve by 1 inch. The place that you remember that you still insert your elastic, so you just take it that way. So I'm done joining the stretchy parts, the upper parts. Let me show you the way I did it. You bring the middle part. That's why I said you should notch it. So bring the notch part of the smoky, then the notch part of the, then your crouch, your front crouch. You join the front, the notch part of the smoky, the front part, you join it with the front part of the crouch. Then the back, you join both sides together. Make sure they are matching. You join both sides, join the back, you join the back too. Then you run it with the same smoky thread, you run it with the same elastic thread. Just close it up and we are done. We are done.